Public that in compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975 entitled Senator Byron M. Bear Open Public Meeting Act, New Jersey Casino Control Commission on December 6, 2023 filed with the Secretary of State at the State House in Trenton an annual meeting schedule. On December 6, 2023, copies were mailed to subscribers. The use of cell phones in the public meeting room while the commission is in session is prohibited. Any member of the public who wishes to address the commission will be given the opportunity to do so before the commission adjourns for the day. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Welcome everyone who is joining us in person and remotely today. Meeting participants who wish to do so can continue to address the Commission through remote technology. We are also permitting in-person participation. The public meeting room is open and therefore appropriate health measures are also being taken. We will, however, to continue to stream our public meetings. The public is able to listen through the access provided on the Commission's website, as well as through our YouTube channel. We will accept public comments via email. Public comments can be sent to public.comments@ccc.nj.gov. I will repeat that. Public comments can be sent to public.comments@ccc.nj.gov beginning now and any time throughout the meeting, ending at the time of adjournment. This meeting is being transcribed as well as recorded, and minutes will be available on our website in due course. To meeting participant callers, I ask that you follow the instructions provided with the web link or the audio call-in code, and please place your phones on mute until your matter is called. Also, when your matter is called, please turn on your camera and identify yourself before speaking.
Please answer when I call your name for the roll, please. Commissioner Molyneux.
Present.
Vice Chair Cooper.
Present.
And Chairman Pelosi.
Present. Before we move into today's business, I want to take a minute to acknowledge former Division Director David Reebok, who retired on March 1st, 2024. After 13 years as Director of the Division and with 36 years of total service to the state of New Jersey. I have known Director Reebok for most of those 36 years, with both of us working in different capacities in the state. My service here as Chairman of the Commission was our first opportunity to work together directly. With a steady hand, Director Reebok led the division through the legalization of internet casino gaming and sports wagering, and through the challenges of the closure of several casinos as well as the COVID pandemic. Through it all, we worked together to ensure the stability and the integrity of the New Jersey regulatory environment. We thank him and wish him all the best in his retirement. We also would like to congratulate Assistant Attorney General Mary Jo Flaherty on her appointment as interim director and look forward to working with her going forward. Mary Jo, congratulations.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioners, I really appreciate your kind words and look forward to continuing to work with you as we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, matters discussed in closed session this morning included employee key license application matters. With your consideration, Mr. Chairman, I would like to move agenda item number 20, which is the resolution acknowledging March as Problem Gambling Awareness Month.
Yes. Governor Murphy, by proclamation, has designated March as Problem Gambling Awareness Month in New Jersey, coinciding with the National Problem Gambling Awareness Month. While most gamble as a form of entertainment with no problems and are considered social gamblers, there are many others who develop problems with gambling or are at risk for addiction. Problem gambling touches the lives of all it affects, not just those with the gambling problem. The month-long observance offers an opportunity for the organizations such as the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey, led by the Executive Director Felicia Grondin, to educate the public and healthcare professionals about the warning signs of problem gambling, as well as to promote the awareness of resources available both locally and nationally for anyone with concerns about problem gambling. The Council's statewide campaign this year is aptly themed Betting on Change, Confronting the Surge in Problem Gambling. While March is designated Problem Gambling Awareness Month, the Council offers critical information, support, and resources year-round. With easy access to gambling through online wagering, the Division of Gaming Enforcement, through its Responsible Gaming Initiative and the appointment of Deputy Attorney General Jamie McKelvey, has notably enhanced its efforts to coordinate with the gaming industry to identify and provide help with patrons who are at risk. The Commission applauds the efforts of both the Council on Compulsive Gambling and the Division and to support and promote responsible gaming throughout the state and nationally, and to reach out to those suffering from or affected by gambling disorder. On behalf of the Commission, we look forward to continuing to support their critical work in this area for the years ahead. With that, I ask Vice Chair Cooper to read the Commission's resolution into the record.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Whereas problem gambling is a significant public health issue that affects millions of Americans of all ages, races, and ethnic backgrounds in all communities, and one which has a significant societal and economic cost. And whereas problem gambling is a treatable disease, and proper treatment is effective in minimizing the harm to individuals, their families, and society as a whole. And whereas promoting an awareness month provides an opportunity to educate the public and policymakers about the prevention, treatment, and recovery services available for problem gamblers, as well as the social and financial effectiveness of those services, and encourage healthcare providers to screen clients for problem gambling and assist with access to treatment. And whereas the state of New Jersey, through the Division of Gaming Enforcement, operates a self-exclusion program and, through fees imposed on casinos, provides financial support for the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey and its 24-hour-a-day 1-800-GAMBLER, that's GAMBLER helpline, also 1-800-426-2537. And whereas efforts by the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey, the Division of Gaming Enforcement, individuals, professionals, and counsel and treatment programs all have significant positive impacts on gamblers, their families, and society as a whole. And whereas Governor Philip D. Murphy designated March 2024 as Problem Gambling Awareness Month in the state of New Jersey, which provides an opportunity to further encourage the efforts of the Council on Compulsive Gambling to educate the general public and healthcare professionals about the warning signs of problem gambling, and to raise awareness of the help that is available, both locally and nationally, through its state campaign, Betting on Change, Confronting the Surge in Problem Gambling. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Casino Control Commission supports Problem Gambling Awareness Month and hereby expresses its gratitude for the ongoing efforts of the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey to offer prevention, treatment, and hope to those affected by problem gambling. Be it further resolved that this resolution be placed in the record as a commemoration of our support and appreciation. And this is signed by James T. Blouses, Chairman, Elisa Cooper, Vice Chair, and Commissioner Joyce Molyneux. Thank you very much.
I move for the adoption of the resolution. Is there a second?
I'll make the second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. At this time, we're going to have some remarks by the Executive Director of the Council on Compulsive Gambling.
Good morning, Chairman Plausis, Vice Chair Cooper, and Commissioner Molyneux. I'd like to express my appreciation to all of you and Mark Giantonio from the Casino Association for your support of the council. It is truly appreciated. My name is Felicia Grandin. I'm Executive Director of the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey. And on behalf of the council, I'm honored to receive this resolution from the New Jersey Casino Control Commission acknowledging March 2024 as Problem Gambling Awareness Month. As the chairman indicated, this year's Problem Gambling Awareness Month theme is Betting on Change, Confronting the Surge of Problem Gambling. During this month, the council is offering 5 weekly webinars covering various gambling topics, in addition to delivering numerous in-person trainings and presentations to schools, social groups, and organizations across the state, as we do throughout the year. The council's efforts help to raise public awareness about the many issues created by New Jersey's expanding gambling culture, which began shortly after the first casino opened here in Atlantic City back in 1978. But we are finding that more and more people need help due to easy access via online gambling platforms and the ability to bet on sporting events. The council is neutral on gambling. We are neither for nor against. But our mission is to educate the public about problem gambling in an effort to prevent New Jersey residents from developing a gambling disorder and to assist those who need help to find support groups and treatment. While the council recognizes that the gambling industry contributes to the state economy and provides needed tax revenue and jobs, regulators, government officials, and the public need to be aware of the devastation that can result from a gambling addiction, not only to the individual who's suffering, but to their loved ones. For every problem gambler, approximately 11 to 15 individuals are affected. Last year, as you all probably know, gambling revenue in New Jersey totaled $5.8 billion, reflecting an 11.5% increase from the prior year. It's no wonder that revenue increases have resulted in a 277% increase to our helpline calls since the legalization of sports betting back in 2018. And unfortunately, we have every reason to believe this trend will continue. No doubt, excessive pro-gambling advertising provides a glamorous image of placing wagers. But outside of the council's efforts, the public is not being properly informed about the dark side of gambling. The public needs to recognize that while gambling can be entertaining, it can easily morph into an addiction that ruins careers, families, relationships, and lives. With 20% of those struggling contemplating suicide, the highest rate of suicide ideation amongst any addiction. But there is hope. Over the last 40 years, the council has developed a variety of resources to help identify signs of a gambling problem for those who may be struggling or for their loved ones, as well as how to get help through 12-step programs, support groups, or counseling by one of our skilled, accredited treatment providers. And as I usually share, if you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, help is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by calling 1-800-GAMBLER or by visiting our website at 800gambler.org. We provide support, treatment, and hope. And on behalf of the council, my sincere thanks to the New Jersey Casino Control Commission for the thoughtful and timely resolution recognizing Problem Gambling Awareness Month and the opportunity to appear before you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. At this time, we're going to also hear from Jamie McKelvey, who's the Division of Gaming Enforcement Responsible Gaming Coordinator. Jamie?
Thank you and good morning. I'm Jamie McKelvey. I'm a Deputy Attorney General appearing on behalf of the Attorney General's Office, Division of Gaming Enforcement. As the division's responsible gaming coordinator, I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak to you during Problem Gambling Awareness Month. PGAM is an important reminder of the negative impact that problem gambling can have on individuals, families, and communities. It's an ideal time for us to come together and highlight the importance of responsible gaming practices, a year-round priority of the Attorney General and Division of Gaming Enforcement. The gaming industry has experienced substantial growth with the rise of internet gaming and sports wagering, with New Jersey's total gambling revenue increasing by more than 10% in 2023 as compared to 2022. This expansion increases the potential risks associated with gambling, including the concerning statistic that almost 6% of New Jersey residents experience disordered gambling. During Problem Gambling Awareness Month, it's crucial to raise awareness about the resources available to individuals struggling with disordered gambling. DGE is proud to work with the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey and other community leaders as we learn about problem gambling, leverage data, and govern the gaming industry accordingly. Under the leadership of the AG and Division Director, DGE has implemented several initiatives in the past year to enhance our already robust responsible gaming requirements. As a result of the Responsible Gaming Initiative launched in January of 2023, all online operators in New Jersey are now required to analyze electronically maintained player data to determine whether a patron is showing signs of problem gambling behavior, and if so, to intervene and offer information about responsible gaming and problem gaming resources. Last March, the division announced its advertising best practices, which provide guidelines in the areas of responsible gaming, advertising content, advertising placement, and training. In addition, the division has expanded access to New Jersey's self-exclusion program. That program gives gamblers the ability to prohibit themselves from gambling for either 1 year, 5 years, or a lifetime. In May of '23, the division established a new toll-free number dedicated to responding to inquiries about the self-exclusion program. That phone number is 833-788-4DGE. Also effective since May of last year, conferences to sign up for self-exclusion are now available by both video conference and in person at DGE offices and New Jersey racetracks. These changes represent commitment to creating a safe and responsible gaming environment for all. I'm proud of the progress New Jersey has made in promoting responsible gaming in the state, but there's always more work to be done. In the future, we will implement best practices for retail casinos and sportsbooks. DGE urges all stakeholders in the gaming industry to continue investing in responsible gaming, including employee training, public awareness campaigns, and ongoing research to better understand and address the complexities of problem gambling. By working together and remaining steadfast in our commitment to responsible gaming, we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of those impacted by problem gambling while allowing the industry to thrive. I would like to close by offering the following message to those who gamble. Responsible gaming is a practice everyone should follow. All online gaming operators are required to offer certain responsible gaming tools such as cool-off periods, time limits, deposit limits, and loss limits. Please consider using them. For anyone engaging in sports wagering, be mindful of the combination that alcohol and emotions may have on you, especially as you're considering whether to place an in-game bet. Finally, for anyone who finds themselves consumed with thoughts of gambling, counseling and peer support are available from the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey. Their phone number is 1-800-GAMBLER. I am grateful to the Casino Control Commission for the opportunity to be here in recognition of Problem Gambling Awareness Month, and I look forward to continuing our collective efforts in promoting responsible gaming practices in the state. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. At this time, we're honored to have Mark Giantonio, the president of the Casino Association of New Jersey.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here today. Chairman Plousis, Vice Chair Cooper, and Commissioner Molyneux, I'm honored to be here today on behalf of the Casino Association of New Jersey. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Mary Jo Flaherty, Interim Director of the New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement, Jamie McKelvey, Deputy Attorney General, and the Responsible Gaming Coordinator, along with Felicia Grandin, Executive Director of the Council on Compulsive Gambling in New Jersey. Together with the Commission, both of these agencies have been critical to promoting the importance of responsible gaming in New Jersey since the inception of legalized gaming in the state. Responsible gaming has been at the forefront of the many best practices the state required when it adopted the New Jersey Casino Control Act 46 years ago. From the beginning, the New Jersey gaming laws required that the words to the effect of "bet with your head, not over," appear on all advertising, and that the words to the effect of "if you or someone you know has a responsible gaming problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER," appear on all print, billboard, and sign advertising of the casino operation. The state furthered this goal by implementing the self-exclusion list, which enables patrons with a gambling problem to exclude themselves from gambling, receiving credit, or receiving marketing materials to not only help them stop gambling, but also to eliminate the temptation of gambling. The industry's efforts to further these goals include preventing underage gambling, serving alcoholic beverages responsibly, and educating our employees to recognize individuals who are not gaming responsible and advise them where they can get help. The industry applauds the Commission, the Division, and the Council on Compulsive Gambling for all of the work that they've done collectively to support responsible gambling, and we are proud to join you in furthering these important goals. Our patrons are our lifeline, and we want them to continue to enjoy casino gambling as a form of fun and entertainment. Responsible gambling is an important part of promoting these wholesome aspects of casino gaming. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving right along, Ms. Fauntleroy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We will return to our regular agenda. And the first item for your consideration is ratification of the minutes of the February 14, 2024 public meeting.
Are there any questions for council or corrections?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion to ratify?
Mr. Chairman, I move to ratify the minutes of the February 14th, 2024 meeting.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 2 for your consideration are applications for initial casino key employee licenses. They include Daniel Golan, Timothy P. Kirpat, Brinjon C. Latumbo, Douglas M. Mahaffrey Jr., William P. Morrow, Samuel P. Meehan, Savastan L. Misam, Bethany A. Miller, Angelo V. Napoli, Noctugen T. Nguyen, also known as Ngak T. Nguyen, Maitish R. Patel, Rochelle Y. Rumeli, Michael J. Santangelo Jr., Tina Lee Sung, Mynasha Q. White. With respect, with respect to those matters, Bethany Miller will be called separately for a separate vote. Brinjon Latumbo, Teen Long Su, and Mynasha Q. White will also be called separately. With respect to the remaining 11 initial casino key employee license applications, they have been reviewed by the division, who recommend they be granted. Commission staff has also reviewed and concur in that recommendation, and we ask that those 11, besides the 4 that I mentioned that will be called separately, that those be granted.
Are there any questions regarding any of these matters?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the 11 initial casino key employee licenses.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
With respect to 2H Bethany A. Miller, that application includes a request for waiver of the residency requirement. The division has reviewed the entire application and that request and recommends it be granted. Commission staff concurs and recommend that you grant Bethany Miller's initial casino key employee license with a waiver of the residency requirement.
Are there any questions regarding this matter?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the initial application of Bethany A. Miller for a casino key employee license and a waive the residency requirement as provided for in NJSA 5:12-89B.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Items 2C, N, and O, Brinjan Latumbo, Teen Lasung, and Minacia Q. White. Objections have been received. Staff recommends that those 3 applications be remanded to the contested case process.
Are there any questions regarding any of these matters?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to remand for a hearing the 3 initial casino key employee license applications.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 3, thank you. Item number 3 are applications for resubmitted casino key employee licenses and/or for qualification. They include Thomas W. Bordagna, also known as Thomas W. Cordagna, Peggy A. Bunch Morgan, also known as Peggy A. Morgan, Peggy A. Bunch, Sean A. Carroll, Richard L. Graham, Kathy J. Jennings, also known as Kathy J. Pipinelli, Crystal L. Johnson, Sherry A. Laro, also known as Sherry A. Laro Hoover, Jasquita Kumar G. Patel, Jared M. Roth, Glenn K. Rothstein, Deneen M. Shapiro, also known as Deneen M. Cansey, Deneen M. Connolly, Wiley R. Shepard, Tabitha A. Solorzano, also known as Tabitha A. Levin, Cynthia J. Sturdivant, also known as Cynthia J. Cates, Elizabeth I. Tenorio Gravsande, Cherie A. Toole, Jorge H. Torres, also known as Jorge H. Torres Pagan, Gregory A. Traub, and Antoinette Woods. With respect to each of these matters, they have been reviewed by the division. No objections have been raised. Commission staff has likewise reviewed each of the 19 and recommend that the resubmitted casino key employee license applications be granted.
Are there any questions regarding any of these matters?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the 19 resubmitted casino key employee licenses.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 4 are approvals through delegation of authority between February 1, 2024 and February 29, 2024 pursuant to resolution number 22011211B. We have manager Patrick Eeler here to review those actions with you. However, no vote is required by the commission at this time.
Good morning, Chairman Plosis, Vice Chair Cooper, and Commissioner Molyneux. For the record, I am Patrick Eeler, Manager of Licensing and Financial Evaluation, appearing on behalf of the Commission. Between February 1st and February 29th, 2024, The staff of the Commission's Regulatory Affairs Division granted the following approvals via its delegated authority. On February 6, 2024, a temporary casino key employee license was granted to Raymond O. Galarza for a security shift supervisor position at Resorts Atlantic City. On February 8, 2024, a temporary casino key employee license was granted to Giselle C. Almonte Batista for a dual-rate slot services supervisor and slot services shift manager position at Tropicana Atlantic City. And on February 26, 2024, temporary casino key employee licenses were granted to Thomas M. Keemer for a table games floor manager position at Borgata, and to Craig B. Lerman for a slots shift manager position at Bally's Atlantic City. This memorializes the approvals that were granted by the Commission's Division of Regulatory Affairs via its delegated authority during this period, and no further Commission action is required. Thank you.
Item number 5, request for inactivation of casino key employee license. Again, Manager Patrick Ealer will address those matters with you.
In lieu of filing a casino key employee license review application, the following individuals have requested to be placed on the casino key employee license approved and active list. Catherine O. Arambulo, Augustino Cipollini, Carol A. Conroy, also known as Carol A. Oliveras, John R. Eder, Jason D. Rude, Robert Sidote, and Johanna Torres, also known as Johanna V. Lorena. If the requests are granted, each individual may remain on the approved and active list for a period of up to 5 years. Commission staff has reviewed these requests and recommends that you grant the requested relief.
Are there any questions on any of these matters?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the requested relief and order that the 7 casino key employee licenses be inactivated.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Number 6 is consideration of the lapsing of casino key employee license. Again, Manager Patrick Ealer will review those with you.
At this time, for your consideration is the lapsing of the casino key employee licenses of the following individuals. In each of these cases, the casino key employee license review application filing deadline has passed, and the individual has not filed a casino key employee license review application, nor requested to be placed on the casino key employee license approved and active list. They are Rosner Caesar, Robert C. Donnelly, Michael P. Doyle, Tracy D. Johnson, Heidi Curvey, Vincent L. Math, Michael D. Pearsall, and Dominique P. Wilkins. Based on the facts stated previously, staff recommends that the casino key employee licenses of these individuals be deemed to have lapsed.
Are there any questions regarding any of these matters?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to find that the 8 casino key employee licenses lapsed pursuant to NJAC 19:41A-6.1F of the regulation.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, with your permission, Mr. Chairman, with your
Yes.
permission, I would ask that we move to items 17, 18, and 19. We have a very significant stipulation list, and we do have counsel present for those matters.
Proceed.
Giving everyone a chance to jump to those pages. Okay. Item number 17 is the petition of Marina District Development Company LLC for the issuance of a temporary casino key employee license to Nicholas Reiterstrom pursuant to NJSA 5:12-89E, and to permit him to assume the duties and exercise the powers of President and Chief Operating Officer pending plenary qualification. This matter was initiated by petition PRN 0242404, dated January 18, 2024, filed by counsel for Marina District Development Company and MGM. Before you is the council, and the division is represented, and with your permission, I ask that they enter their appearances and speak directly to the commission on the petition.
Good morning, Chair Pelosi, Chair Cooper, Commissioner Malino. First, thank you very much for the courtesy. We really do appreciate it. We have had the opportunity to read and review the draft resolution. It's fine in form and substance. I didn't put my name on the record. Patrick Madamba, Senior Vice President of MGM Resorts International and Marina District Development Company. The form and substance of the resolution is fine. We simply ask that Mr. Rederstrom be found temporarily qualified and issued a temporary casino key employee. He is very excited to join the team in Atlantic City. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Tracy Richardson, Deputy Attorney General for the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have our response of no objection dated February 2nd for the temporary casino key employee licensure and temporary qualification for Nicholas Ritterstrom. We've also reviewed the draft resolution and have no objections. Thank you.
Are there any questions for council?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the petition and issue a temporary casino key employee license to Nicholas Rederstrom pursuant to NJSA 5:12-89B4 and NJSA 5:12-89E and NJAC 19:41A-5.3, and permit him to assume the duties and exercise the powers of President and Chief Operating Officer for Marina District Development Company, LLC, pending plenary qualification in accordance with the conditions contained in NJSA 5:12-85.1 and NJAC 13:69C-2.6.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Thank you again so much.
Thank you. Item number 18 is consideration of the plenary qualification of Donald E. Westcott III to serve as Senior Vice President, Global Chief Compliance Officer of Bally's Corporation. This matter was initiated before the commission by petition 2022302 that was dated July 21, 2023, seeking as indicated the temporary qualification of Donald Westcott to serve as Senior Vice President, Global Chief Compliance Officer of Bally's Corporation, formerly known as Twin River Worldwide Holdings, Inc., parent company for Premier, also known as Bally's Atlantic City. You considered the matter at your August 9, 2023 public meeting and granted that temporary qualification. The division has now completed its plenary investigation, has reported to the commission. The matter is now before you for plenary qualification. You have counsel for Bally's on Zoom, and you have counsel for the division present. And with your permission, Mr. Chairman, I ask that they both enter their appearances and proceed.
Good morning, Chair, Commissioners. Hopefully everyone can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, great. I thank you for this opportunity to appear remotely. I'm sorry I can't turn my camera on. Lynn Kaufman, Cooper Levinson, appearing for Bally's Corporation and Premier Entertainment, AC LLC. And as just stated by General Counsel Fauntleroy, I request that the Commission grant the plenary qualification of Don Westcott to serve as Senior Vice President, Global Chief Compliance Officer of Bally's. I have reviewed the resolution, and I have no objection. I also would like to take the opportunity to thank past Director Reba for the past 13 years. And as it is Women's History Month, I want to take the opportunity to say I am happy that there is I think this is only the second woman in over 40 years in this position, but I significantly want to say nobody would call Director Flaherty second. She's guided the division, for decades. I look forward to continuing to work with her. I don't expect we'll always agree, as is the way the regulatory process works, but I know that we will work through it for the better of the industry, and thank you.
Good morning again, Chairman and Commissioners. Tracy Richardson, Deputy Attorney General for the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have the report of DAG James Lee dated March 4th, 2024, which recommends the plenary qualification of Donald Westcott. We also reviewed the draft resolution, and we have no objections. Thank you.
Are there any questions for council?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the draft resolution and find Donald E. Westcott III qualified to serve as Senior Vice President, Global Chief Compliance Officer for Bally's Corporation in accordance with NJSA 5:12-85.1C and NJSA 5:12-89B 1 and 2 and NJAC 13:69C-2.7.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Roll call vote?
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Thank you. One more item with Ms. Kaufman. That is number 19, is the petition of Premier Entertainment AC LLC for the issuance of a temporary casino key employee license to Alan Greenston pursuant to NJSA 5:12-89E, and to permit him to assume the duties and exercise the powers of Vice President of Finance pending plenary qualification. And this matter was initiated by petition PRN 066-2401 dated March 6, 2024, filed by counsel for Premier Entertainment AC LLC, seeking the temporary qualification and temporary key licensure as indicated. The division has responded. Council both are present again, and I ask that they once again enter their appearances for the record and address the commission directly. Are you there, Lynn? Did we mute her?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, we can hear you now. Thank
It
you.
sounds like a commercial, I'm sorry. All right, Lynn Kaufman, Cooper Levinson, Premier Entertainment, AC LLC. As stated, I asked the commission to grant temporary qualification and key employee licensure for Alan Greenstein to serve as Vice President of Finance of Premier Entertainment, AC LLC. I also request a waiver of the 15 days of the filing of the application. Mr. Greenstein looks forward to returning to working in Atlantic City. Thank you. I have no I've reviewed the resolution and have no objections. Thank you.
Good morning again, Chairman and Commissioners. Tracy Richardson, Deputy Attorney General for the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have our response from DAG James Lee of no objection to the temporary casino key employee licensure and temporary qualification for Alan Greenstein to serve as the Vice President of Finance for Bally's Atlantic City. We also consent to a waiver of the 15-day time period requirement. The division was able to conduct its checks in time. Thank you.
Are there any questions for council?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the petition and issue a temporary casino key employee license to Alan Greenstein pursuant to NJSA 5:12-89B4 and NJSA 5:12-89E and NJAC 19:41A-5.3, and permit him to assume the duties and exercise the powers of Vice President of Finance for Premier Entertainment AC, LLC, doing business as Bally's AC, pending plenary qualification in accordance with the conditions contained in NJSA 5:12-85.1 and NJAC 13:69C-2.6.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote?
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for that courtesy. Now we'll return to the regular order of the agenda. Agenda item number 7 is consideration of the initial application of Ronald Rydell for a casino key employee license. We have Senior Counsel Pimpinelli who will address that matter with you.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing for the Commission. For your consideration is a stipulation of settlement for the initial application of Ronald Rydell for his casino key employee license. If approved, it will be valid through March of 2029, subject to certain conditions. You have staff's memo and recommendation for this matter. Mr. Rydell was notified of today's proceedings. I would ask counsel for the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have the division's report along with the stipulation of settlement that has been entered with the applicant. The division respectfully requests that the stipulation be approved as submitted and recommends the granting of the applicant's casino key employee license, subject to the terms and conditions of the stipulation. Thank you.
And for the record, Mr. Rydell is not here.
Correct.
Thank you. Are there any questions for council?
No.
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the stipulation of settlement between the division and applicant and grant the initial application of Ronald Rydell for a casino key employee license, subject to compliance with the terms and conditions as provided for in the stipulation.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 8 is consideration of the initial application of Michael A. Dawkins for a casino key employee license. Again, Senior Counsel Pimpinelli will address that with you.
Chairman and Commissioners, Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing again for the Commission. For your consideration is a stipulation of settlement for the initial application of Michael A. Dawkins for his casino key employee license, which if approved will be valid through March of 2029. You have staff's memo and recommendation for this matter. Mr. Dawkins was notified of today's proceedings. I would ask counsel for the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Chairman and Commissioners, Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have the division's supplemental report along with the stipulation of settlement that has been entered with the applicant. The division respectfully requests that the stipulation be approved as submitted and recommends the granting of the applicant's casino key employee license, subject to the terms and conditions of the stipulation. Thank you.
Again, for the record, Mr. Dawkins is not present. Okay. Are there any questions for council?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the stipulation of settlement between the division and applicant and grant the initial application of Michael A. Dawkins for a casino key employee license, subject to compliance with the terms and conditions as provided for in the stipulation.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 9 is consideration of the initial application of Kelly Agudelo Velasquez for a Casino Key employee license. Again, we have Senior Counsel Pipinelli to review it with you.
Chairman and Commissioners, Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing again for the Commission. For your consideration is another stipulation of settlement, this time for the initial application of Kelly Agudelo Velasquez for her Casino Key employee license, which, if approved, will be valid through March of 2029, subject to certain conditions. You have staff's memo and recommendation for this matter. Ms. Agudelo Velasquez was notified of today's proceedings, and I would just ask counsel for the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Chairman and Commissioners, Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have the division's report along with the stipulation of settlement that has been entered with the applicant. The division respectfully requests that the stipulation be approved as submitted and recommends the granting of the applicant's Casino Key employee license, subject to the terms and conditions of the stipulation. Yeah.
Again, for the record, Ms. Valquez is not here.
Correct.
Yes. Are there any questions for counsel?
No.
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the stipulation of settlement between the division and applicant and grant the initial application of Kelly Agudelo Velasquez for a Casino Key employee license, subject to compliance with the terms and conditions as provided for in the stipulation.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 10 is the consideration of the initial application of Cheryl DeVecco for a Casino Key employee license. Again, Senior Counsel Pipinelli will review it with you.
Chairman and Commissioners, Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing again for the Commission. For your consideration is a stipulation of settlement for the initial application of Cheryl DeVecco for her Casino Key employee license. If approved, her license will be valid through March of 2029, subject to certain conditions. You have staff's memo and recommendation for this matter. Ms. DeVecco was notified of today's proceedings, and I would just ask the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Chairman and Commissioners, Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have the division's report along with the stipulation of settlement that has been entered with the applicant. The division respectfully requests that the stipulation be approved as submitted and recommends the granting of the applicant's Casino Key employee license, subject to the terms and conditions of the stipulation. Thank you.
Again, for the record, Ms. DeVecchio is not here.
Correct.
Yeah. Are there any questions for counsel?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the stipulation of settlement between the division and applicant and grant the initial application of Cheryl DeVecco for a Casino Key employee license, subject to compliance with the terms and conditions as provided for in the stipulation.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 11 is consideration of the initial application of Lawrence Frazier for a Casino Key employee license. Senior Counsel Pipinelli will address it with you.
Chairman and Commissioners, Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing again for the Commission. For your consideration is another stipulation of settlement, this time for the initial application of Lawrence Frazier for his initial Casino Key employee license. Again, if approved, his license will be valid through March of 2029, subject to certain conditions. Mr. Frazier was notified of today's proceedings. You have staff's memo and recommendation on this matter, and I would just ask the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Chairman and Commissioners, Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have the division's report along with the stipulation of settlement that has been entered with the applicant. The division respectfully requests that the stipulation be approved as submitted and recommends the granting of the applicant's Casino Key employee license, subject to the terms and conditions of the stipulation. Thank you.
Again, for the record, Mr. Frazier is not present. Yeah. Are there any questions for counsel?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the stipulation of settlement between the division and applicant and grant the initial application of Lawrence Frazier for a Casino Key employee license, subject to compliance with the terms and conditions as provided for in the stipulation.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 12 is consideration of the initial application of Dante Dean for a Casino Key employee license. Again, Senior Counsel Pipinelli will review it with you.
Chairman and Commissioners, Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing again for the Commission. For your consideration is a stipulation of settlement for the initial application of Dante Dean for his Casino Key employee license, which if approved will be valid through March of 2029, subject to certain conditions. You have staff's memo and recommendation on this matter. Mr. Dean was notified of today's proceedings, and I would just ask counsel for the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Chairman and Commissioners, Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have the division's report along with the stipulation of settlement that has been entered with the applicant. The division respectfully requests that the stipulation be approved as submitted and recommends the granting of the applicant's Casino Key employee license, subject to the terms and conditions of the stipulation. Thank you.
Again, for the record, Mr. Dean is not present. Yeah. Are there any questions for counsel?
No.
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the stipulation of settlement between the division and applicant and grant the initial application of Dante Dean for a Casino Key employee license, subject to compliance with the terms and conditions as provided for in the stipulation.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 13 is consideration of the initial application of Eric Creek for a Casino Key employee license. Again, it will be reviewed by Senior Counsel Pipinelli.
Hello again, Chairman and Commissioners. Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing for the Commission. Before you is the initial application of Eric Creek for a Casino Key employee license. You have staff's memo and recommendation for this matter. Mr. Creek was notified of today's proceedings. We just ask counsel for the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Chairman and Commissioners, Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. The division filed a report on August 25th, 2022, as well as a supplemental report on March 9th, 2023, recommending that the application of Eric Creek for a Casino Key employee license be remanded to the contested case process so that a conference can be held in order to address the applicant's qualification for Casino Key employee licensure as required by Section 89 of the Casino Control Act. The Commission, at its September 14th, 2022 meeting, remanded the matter to the contested case process. Throughout the contested case process, Eric Creek failed to appear for several conferences scheduled by the Commission. The division also attempted numerous times to make contact with Eric Creek with no success. Additionally, Eric Creek is not currently employed in the industry. Therefore, based on the applicant's non-responsiveness and failure to comply with the contested case process, we would request that Eric Creek's application for a Casino Key employee license be denied. Thank you.
For the record, Mr. Creek is not present.
Correct.
Are there any questions for counsel?
No.
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to A, find Eric Creek disqualified pursuant to NJSA 5:12-80 B and D and NJSA 5:12-86 and NJSA 5:12-89, and B, deny his initial application for a Casino Key employee license.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 14 is consideration of the initial application of Ross Barth for a Casino Key employee license. Senior Counsel Pipinelli will address it with you.
Chairman, Commissioners, Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing again for the Commission. Your final stipulation of settlement to consider this morning is for the initial application of Ross Barth for his Casino Key employee license. If approved, his license will be valid through March of 2029, subject to certain conditions. You have staff's memo and recommendation for this matter. Mr. Barth was notified of today's proceedings. I would just ask counsel for the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Chairman and Commissioners, Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have the division's report along with the stipulation of settlement that has been entered with the applicant. The division respectfully requests that the stipulation be approved as submitted and recommends the granting of the applicant's casino key employee license subject to the terms and conditions in the stipulation. Thank you.
Again, for the record, Mr. Barth is not present. Are there any questions for council?
No.
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the stipulation of settlement between the division and applicant and grant the initial application of Ross Barth for a casino key employee license, subject to compliance with the terms and conditions as provided for in the stipulation.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 15 is consideration of the initial decision in the matter of the appeal of J.D. for removal from the self-exclusion list. Again, Senior Counsel Pinelli will address that matter with you.
Hello again, Chairman and Commissioners. Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing for the Commission. For your consideration is the February 1st, 2024 initial decision of hearing examiner Cooper in the matter of the appeal of J.D. for removal from the self-exclusion list. This matter is an appeal from the Division's October 20th, 2023 final agency action denying J.D.'s request to be removed from the self-exclusion list prior to the expiration of the term for which he enrolled. After holding oral argument, hearing examiner Cooper found that appellant J.D. failed to demonstrate he was improperly placed on the self-exclusion list. You have the complete record in this matter, which is subject to the confidentiality and privacy requirements of the Act and its regulations. Exceptions were filed by J.D. and were provided to you. Appellant does not appear to be present. I would just ask the division to enter its appearance and proceed, and just respectfully remind the commission and the division that appellant's identity is confidential.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. My name is Letitia Fishin, Deputy Attorney General for the Division of Gaming Enforcement. Here, the division just wants to emphasize its previous arguments that the appellant acted on his own free will and volition in self-excluding, and the responsibility of the appellant to read the terms, statutes, and regulations to understand the effect of the self-exclusion process. Here, the division respectfully requests the commission to uphold its initial decision and deny the appellant's request to be removed from the self-exclusion list.
Thank you. For the record, J.D. is not here in person or telephonically.
Correct.
Are there any questions for council?
No.
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the initial decision and find that the appellant failed to demonstrate that he did not intentionally place himself on the self-exclusion list as required by NJAC 13:69G-2.2C and deny his request to be removed from the self-exclusion list prior to his June 22nd, 2028 expiration date.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 16 is consideration of the initial decision in the matter of the appeal of FM for removal from the self-exclusion list. Again, Senior Counsel Pinelli will review that with you.
Hello again, Chairman and Commissioners. Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing for the Commission. For your consideration is the February 5th, 2024 initial decision of hearing examiner Cooper in the matter of the appeal of FM for removal from the self-exclusion list. This matter is an appeal from the Division's October 20th, 2023 final agency action denying FM's request to be removed from the self-exclusion list prior to the expiration of the term for which he enrolled. After oral argument, hearing examiner Cooper found that appellant FM failed to demonstrate he was improperly placed on the self-exclusion list. You have the complete record in this matter, which is subject to the confidentiality and privacy requirements of the Act and its regulations. Exceptions were filed by FM, which were provided to you. Appellant is present by Zoom, and I would ask the division and appellant to enter their appearances and proceed, and just respectfully remind the commission and division that appellant's identity is confidential.
Chairman and Commissioners, Letitia Fishin, Deputy Attorney General for the Division of Gaming Enforcement. The division would like to emphasize its argument that the appellant acted on his own free will and volition to place his name on the self-exclusion list. And it is the appellant's responsibility to read the terms, statutes, and regulations prior to placing one's name on the self-exclusion list. So therefore, the division respectfully requests the commission uphold its initial decision to deny the appellant's request to be removed from the self-exclusion list. Thank you.
So Mr. FM is on video? Is that
Yes.
okay?
Audio.
Audio.
Good, you can hear us, thank you. He needs.
Mr. FM, I have to swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Sir, let me just advise you, we're not going to relitigate the whole matter. You already had a hearing. Did you want to summarize your concerns?
Yes, I would like to summarize it. On November 16th, I had an issue on the app with the Hard Rock, and I could not place a bet because of the amount of money I was betting, and it said that I should call customer service. Okay, so that's on the 16th of November, 2021. Then on the 18th of November, okay, I went to place a bet, and they updated their app, and I had to agree to participate, so I did. And I mistakenly excluded myself from gambling when I thought I was increasing my limit, okay? I had all the emails which I sent to Ms. Pimpinelli, Teresa Pimpinelli, that shows that I did have a situation, okay? And immediately upon locking myself out, I emailed the Hard Rock, called the Hard Rock, and said it was an honest mistake. And I spoke to someone there named Joel, and I have that. He emailed me back that the restrictions is up to the gaming and so on and so forth, okay? But it was an honest mistake, and I swore myself in. I've been saying this from the beginning, okay, that I wanted to up my limits. Now, the Hard Rock had a substantial amount of money of mine, and I locked myself out. If I wanted to stop myself from playing, I would have removed the funds, okay? I was not looking to, it was all an honest mistake. And I contacted the Hard Rock that night, and I spoke to one of their customer service reps, and he told me that I had to talk to the DGE, and he gave me a phone number, and then I called them the next morning, and I explained to them that this was all done in error. I admit that I did it, but I didn't know what I was doing. So, and now it's over 2.5 years, and I would just like to be removed from the self-exclusion list. And I admit that I did it, but there was no reason to do it. I don't have a gambling problem. I have an 860 credit score. I'm a businessman from New York, okay? I had to be in Jersey. I have a house in Ocean Grove. I was in a parking lot of Walmart, and everything was misunderstood. And I have the emails approved on the spot that I said, oh my God, I can't believe I locked myself out for 5 years. And that's where I stand. And I would like to be removed from the list. And anything else you'd like to ask me, I'll feel free. I'll take a lie detector test. You could do a credit check. I don't have a problem. And I know I even offered to sign anything you like and get it notarized, okay, to replace me back on the list. I just don't know why I cannot get removed from that list. And if there's anything you'd like to ask me, feel free to. And
Sir, to summarize then, you're saying you didn't read the documents properly when you did it?
Yes, I didn't know what I was doing. I clicked the wrong,
I clicked an area to knock myself off. And I thought I was upping my limit, okay? So that I could place a higher bet. Now, you could check with this guy Joel at Hard Rock. He was, I spoke to him, a manager, customer service area, and they had to send me a lot of money. I had a lot of money in the account. So it wasn't that I was chasing or I have a situation. And within 3 weeks, I got a check from them of my balance. And next thing you know, I'm out for 5 years. And I would like to be back on. I do go on the weekends to Ocean Grove. And basically, I like to play a little football. And now in the winter, I can't shoot down there because I don't have access. Okay, so I would like to be considered to be reinstated. And I do admit that I did that, but I didn't do it intentionally. Okay, and when I found out, and there's emails within minutes, oh my God, I locked myself out. And you could see it. I sent it to Pimpinelli, and I have it still on my phone, all the emails. I never erased them or anything. And it shows from day one to now that all I'm saying is it was an honest mistake. Okay, so that's it. Anything else you'd like to ask me, feel free.
Well, sir, you admitted it. It was an honest mistake, but it was a mistake, and the law's pretty clear there in regards to you have to do your due diligence when you're reviewing those, the questions on that document. With that being said, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the initial decision and find that the appellant failed to demonstrate that he did not intentionally place himself on the self-exclusion list as required by NJAC 13:69G-2.2C and deny his request to be removed from the self-exclusion list prior to his November 18th, 2026 expiration date.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you.
In accordance with Resolution 23-120603, the next closed session shall be held on Wednesday, April 10, 2024, at 9:30 a.m. in the Commission offices.
This is the public participation portion of the meeting. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to speak? Ms. Fauntleroy, do we have any email comments?
No, we do not, Mr. Chairman.
The public participation portion is now closed. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, before we
Yes.
adjourn, in lieu of the, following alongside Mrs. Kaufman's statement, and in lieu of the International Women's Month, I'd like to thank all women in the casino industry for their dedication, hard work, and determination with moving this business forward. And to Miss Mary Flattery, congratulations on your promotion. Thank you.
Thank you much, Commissioner. I really appreciate it and support of the commission. Thank you.
Any other comments?
Well, actually, before I make a motion, I would also like to echo the wonderful comments by my colleague, great about women's history and all the women in the casino industry, and also extend my personal congratulations, best wishes. We've known each other many, many years, and again, congratulations on your appointment, and I look forward to working with you in the future. All the best.
Same to you, Commissioner, and as you said, we've worked for many hearings and many matters, and I've always appreciated your comments. So thank you for your, again, very kind comments, and I look forward to continuing with the commission. Look forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And with that, Mr. Chairman, How about a motion?
We have a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn.
Okay, is there a second?
I second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.